Bro, think about the house that I need to live in for my kids.
Yep.
Like, so right now we're semi-detached. Bro, really, you want to detach? You want a 5-bedroom? For example, now I've got a 3-bed. So I would really want a 5 or 6 bed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Then we've got 2 cars. Do you know how much, bro? Go on holiday. Then go on holiday. Do you know how much flight is for 6 people? Considering that there's no child rate, you know. They used to know this is your kid. Bro, it's the same price.
What about this guy in Nigeria? And he's got, like, in the next week, and he's got 4 kids, plus his missus.
Yeah.
When he said that, I said to him, that's what I did. I didn't say nothing. I said,
Bro,
do you know how expensive that is at this time of year?
I took them to Portugal. Just Portugal in the summer. It's like 3K.
Yeah.
That's
Portugal, where's Portugal? It's just there. I haven't gone nowhere.
But they ain't gone nowhere. Go to Butlins.
they went
Local.
Yeah.
It's not far. It's not.
Yeah, quick 2-hour flight.
It's 2-hour flight.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
By the time, and then when you're there now, food, before you know, 5 bags is gone.
No, that's
On a 2-week holiday.
When we look at the 100k salary, and we hear the conversations of 100k, which is about, let's call it 5 and a bit after tax. Are we saying that even though because when we talk about the 1%, okay, so are we even saying that even with that 1%, it's like
I think it depends what you want from life. I think if you intend to have a big family, you need more money just to cover the bills, to cover costs. And then you look at things like peace of mind, and you look at things like, okay, maybe I want to enjoy a little bit and go on a little holiday here and there. The holiday to Portugal costs 3 bags.
So basically, what I said to my friend the other day is that when we look at our parents growing up, I know things have changed. How many times did your parents?
They didn't enjoy life.
How many times did your parents?
Don't use them.
Don't use
So
them.
basically, we're trying. So we're trying to live the lives of the rich and famous, and we're not rich and famous. Because by the sounds of it,
We're not even trying to live the life of the rich.
No, I'm talking about us now. In general, we are though.
Don't use parents as the
parents.
goalpost.
But why not?
Bro, they didn't enjoy life.
Bro.
But how many people are really okay? You got to think about this. Like when you look at families, okay, and you're saying you spent $3,000 to go to Portugal. It looks as if that some of us are trying to live lifestyles, the general, that is not for us.
Bro, my mom said to me. My mom said to me she said I've seen more places in the world than she has, and I did it in less time.
Of course.
Because I was traveling all the time.
But are we just trying to? We should aspire. Are we out of touch of what reality is? Because for when we talk about 100k and we talk about 1% earning, okay, let's just assume those stats are right. 1%.
No, not 1%.
What is it?
It's 100k is I think top 15%. 15%.
I'm sure 120 bags is the 1% crew.
No. It's more than 1%.
So what is the top 1%?
I'm sure
So
it's
the
not.
average salary right now is 30,000. 30,000 is the average salary.
Yeah.
Then if you're
10%.
No, so that's
I think the 1% is what, 85k?
No. 1% is 120 bags.
Well, UK 1%.
I'm sure it is.
No, we got the financial advisor here, bro.
UK 1%. I'm sure it's 10-15% as well.
It's 100 bags.
100 bags.
Impossible.
So you said 30k is the average salary. Is that London or is that
UK.
The UK. Okay, cool.
30k is the average salary in the UK. If you look at London, it's around 44,000 in London.
So what sort of tax bracket are you in to the point where you need a financial advisor and you can afford to have one? Because I imagine your services aren't free.
No, yeah. So I say a financial advisor, I'd say my clients, you'd want to have at least 50k plus in assets.
Okay.
To kind of really needing a financial advisor. So that means that could be in pensions. That could be in pensions. That could be ISAs, savings. Across all your assets, you want to have at least 50,000 plus. To then want to start using the service of a financial advisor. Before that, you got platforms like Vanguard and these types that you can start investing. You can start doing stuff on your own. So yeah. Okay. I feel like a financial advisor, you want to build. So I always tell my clients, the biggest thing you want to do is build a habit. Okay. So once you've built the habit and then start to build an amount, a bit of wealth, then get a financial advisor involved.
That makes sense. So you said 130k, you said?
1 second.
After tax. That's what it's saying. The current.
After tax?
Yeah, it's saying that.
It's top 1%, right?
Yeah, right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So 100k after tax is like 69%.
Okay.
What is the 5%?
America's higher, isn't it?
America's
It was
higher.
like 600 and something k, something like that. That's mad, you know. It shows the disparity. Yeah.
Okay, the 5% are on 87k.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this after tax or is this?
It's saying to be amongst the top 5% of earners in the UK, an individual needs an annual income of approximately 87,000 or more. This equates to a monthly income of around 7,251, which is obviously before tax. So you're saying the 1% is what?
15,510 after tax.
15k per month.
Yeah,
You see, that's what I'm saying.
yeah. The jump between the 5 and 1 is mad.
So that 15k is probably what? Salary wise, hold on. So that's probably, 15k after tax, you said?
Yeah, that's over like 260, 270.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15,000 times 12. That's 180 bags a month, a year, sorry.
But yes, I got clients that are earning 300k, 400k a year.
Yeah.
It's still not. It's not that it's not enough. They have savings and stuff like that, but they still got high costs.
But that's because of stealth wealth. That's because these people are, obviously the more people earn, the more their lifestyle tends to increase.
Of course.
And I think that's the bigger problem, because if you stayed in the house you live in now and your salary increased by double, you'd be fine. But unfortunately, now you want to get the bigger house.
You want to move.
You now want to get the bigger car.
And look in the water.
You know, and that's I think the biggest problem.
On the first day.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem, is that whenever, and that's why I say that, when is it enough?
It's like, I think also you gotta have the balance, right? Because it makes sense. Like because if you had that, then I might as well. If I make $1 million, I stay on a council estate, and my kids are living in an environment that I don't feel was safe for me. Now I'm gonna make them live in the same environment just to keep my costs low.
Yeah.
You're always gonna. The whole point of making money is to have a better lifestyle, right?
Of course.
So it makes sense. It's how much of the extra money you make do you use towards your lifestyle? It's the problem again is that we don't make much, but then all of a sudden we're in Waitrose, we're in Marks and Spencers, you know what I mean?
Shouldn't be in.
Which place you shouldn't be in. You're driving a Tesla because you think you're doing something for the environment.
Yeah.
You don't earn. You're not Tesla money. You're not there. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be you. You're forward focused. That's where you should be. But we jump, and so when we
It's reality.
the reality is that we jump much further, and so that it's important to understand. But do we have the same? As much as we say we want to have the cars, do we have the same? Like you mentioned, investments. How much pride do we take in? I know that a portion of my money is going into my ISA or going into my pension. It's not the same pride, because you're not going to go around and shop. This is my Vanguard.
Yeah. No one
cares.
No one cares. Yeah.
So even we have the same mentality with property. A lot of people, I don't need to buy a house. I'll just rent. Why? Because how much people come to my yard? More people are going to see my car.
I see a lot of these business and financial gurus kind of online talking about you shouldn't buy property. I don't. Have you seen these videos where you get these people saying that you shouldn't buy a property, and I'm baffled, where someone will say it's not a good idea to buy a property. Don't get me wrong, there are times when it's not a good idea, but to sit there and tell someone that you're better off renting for 25, 30 years than paying off a mortgage for 25, 30 years because, there's this tax, the interest on the mortgage, you've got to fix the boiler. I'm baffled to this understanding where people say this, that it's better to rent.
Yeah, because
you've got the freedom of that you can't move when you're. I don't get it.
Well, you got to understand, life is about sales, right? We talked about the skill of selling. If I'm selling you a course on buying investment properties, then I'm going to tell you, don't buy your property that you want to live in. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Because I can't sell you your property that you're living in.
Yeah.
I want to sell you the investment property up in Newcastle or in Liverpool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm selling.
Yeah.
So my advice and the things I'm going to say are going to cater to the thing that I'm selling. And the problem about
online, you've got to be careful.
And that's why we're regulated. I'm a regulated financial advisor. Yeah. Before I speak, bro, I've got to. The SCA will cancel my thing because I'm regulated. You're taking financial advice from people that are not regulated, so they can say whatever they like, and there's no repercussions.
Yeah, true.
So
true personal traders and financial advice with no qualification.
And I'm onto them so much. So much people just online just spewing so much nonsense.
And there's some pros and cons. So for example, a lot of the time you might not be able to buy in an area that you want to live in. So you might want to rent. And then you might say, but if the rent is low enough and I've got money left over, I can use that to then do investment properties. And I know people who make good money that don't own the house that they live in, but they own investment properties. Because their plan for their lifestyle is that I can move whatever country, so I would rather rent because I don't want to have to stay. But I've got properties here that are making money, but they've got a plan.
They've got a plan, yeah.
We're talking people, and like you said, people want to take other people's paracetamol. You want to talk about problems that you don't have. I mean, people, I want to put a property in trust, bruv. You don't have no property. You don't even have a deposit. What are you talking about? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's like we understand that we want to have a certain level of knowledge, and we want to have. If I had this, bro, you don't. What do you have? What do you want for you? The problem is that we're going onto social media, and every day we're looking at what other people have and saying that's my dream. No, what's your dream? What's the thing you want for you? Because if I say I want my business and that's my goal, my dream, then if I'm renting, no one's gonna make me feel bad.